What really would happen if every nuclear weapon on the planet were detonated at the exact same time? It's obvious there would be devastating consequences. But what exactly happens is going to surprise you and send shivers down your spine. Let's explore the deadly aftermath of a nuclear doomsday event. But a word of warning, the reality may be even more shocking than you'd expect. 3, 2, 1. Sayonara. Imagine the brightest flash of light you've ever seen, multiplied by thousands. Almost immediately, there'd be blinding fireballs exploding across the Earth, each hotter than the sun's surface. These fireballs would incinerate everything within hundreds of kilometers, including plants, animals, and humans. There would only be minutes to react to such an explosion, so running or hiding would be useless. But the devastation doesn't end there. Following the intense explosion of fireballs, shockwaves would ripple across the Earth, tearing apart buildings, roads, and anything else in their path. These aren't just ordinary shockwaves. These are powerful enough to flatten entire cities in minutes. Even underground bunkers might not offer protection. With thousands of nuclear weapons exploding, that's a huge amount of surface area on Earth getting completely wiped out in minutes from the fireballs and shockwaves of the explosions. But this is just the beginning. The aftermath will utterly shock you to your core. Living in darkness. All the smoke, ash, and debris launched into the atmosphere would form a thick, sun-blocking layer around the planet. This would plunge the Earth into darkness and lead to what scientists call a nuclear winter. Could you imagine surviving in complete darkness? But that's not all. Temperatures would drop drastically. How cold, you ask? Cold enough that even summer might feel like the dead of winter. How would humans survive without the ability to grow plants? But the cold isn't the only thing to worry about. The invisible killer. The nuclear fallout would contaminate the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we eat. Within days, even places untouched by the blasts would be affected. Radiation would be everywhere, and the results? Cancers, mutations, and a myriad of other health complications. The destruction of the explosion would include our hospitals and technology to treat such issues. Humanity would be in peril, but the animal kingdom wouldn't be spared either. The majority of life on planet Earth would struggle to survive in such a poisoned and scarce wasteland. But what happens next will send shivers down your back. Mutations everywhere. Beyond human suffering, entire ecosystems would collapse. Many species of plants and animals would face extinction as their habitats vanish in fire and shadow. The complex food chains we understand today would be thrown into disarray. And who knows which species would survive in this harsh new world? How would the radiation change the animals' genetics or biochemistry? Perhaps some animals would turn to humans as their primary food source in order to survive the wasteland. The surviving humans would be living in a dark, cold, and hostile environment. Let's take a look at the real question we need to ask ourselves. Population zero. Could you survive? With the combined threats of cold, darkness, predators, and radiation, most of the world's population would perish. And the survivors, possibly immune or resistant to radiation, would be living in a cold apocalypse, searching for food to eat with little to no luck. These small pockets of survivors might find refuge in remote areas or deep underground. But with limited resources in a poisoned wasteland, could they rebuild civilization? Or would humanity's story end in a whisper, a faint echo of what once was?